Good evening, mortals.
You motherfucker.
Successfully dodged witch. Yes.
Ooh.
No. Stop. Welcome to Exalted, everyone.
All right, fine. You don't want ooh woo?
No.
All right.
Uh,
Can I get a hiya?
No. I hate everything so very much. Welcome to, I'm sorry, I misspoke. Princess, not Exalted, my bad. I'm very sorry, dearest. It is a princess game, I have not lied to you.
Okay.
I'm joined by some very cool people, including Wife. We unfortunately will be missing Skull tonight. He got called into work, and I am legally not allowed to be mad at him for that. So Scald, if you're watching, hey buddy. Anyway, I think, is there anything anyone wants to talk about? We got a pretty intense session planned for tonight. You guys are going to be doing some hardcore math problems live on stream.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
shit.
Hey Aki, what's 4 plus 4 minus 4?
4.
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. You take 13 limit.
I'm just gonna deafen myself. I just need to take a cab somewhere. BRB.
Speaking of limit, during blue booking, the party established that we are not, in fact, going to warn the public at large about the massively increased monster attacks.
It's not that you aren't going to do that, it's that you couldn't really put together a proper response due to the spottiness of the internet in the area. Like, it kind of worked for what Ben was doing because Ben literally had to download a file and then send a file. You have to, like, actually converse and set up a worldwide press release.
Got it.
Which is a little harder.
The question is, the thing is that we have decided that whenever we do get back to being able to do that, we're still not going to be causing a massive panic. Joe has acceded to this, but his limit trigger is sees a lie peddled as truth, or sees the truth hidden in a way that harms people. So,
yeah, that's gonna cause you limit.
I'm just gonna roll 3d10. Is that all right?
Yeah, please do.
Oh my god. So surprisingly,
you take limit from that.
Unhappy about it, but he's not experiencing mental anguish over it.
I'm pretty sure you do take limit if you fail. No, you take limit if you succeed. Yeah, no, you're fine with it. The greater good.
He's not fine with it, but he's not dressing out over it. All right.
Not sure, Blair. Sorry. Yeah, great. Good for you, you lucky bitch.
Do you feel like? Yeah, I'm surprised.
So, everyone should recall that last session you had met up with Project Valkyrie, you'd gone to China, and you were walking across the mainland to a village that had gone missing, very similar to a village in India. Everyone remember that?
Yep.
On the way, Ben had some kids.
They're adopted.
That's okay. You know, there are some very good people who are adopted. I happen to know at least one.
So what's the scheduled pickup day?
The scheduled pickup date is tomorrow. Get on it.
Okay, so yeah, good luck, man.
No, the paperwork is
Can
still
you buy
pending.
me a jet?
Not in the middle of China.
Mainland China.
4 days inland.
Damn. I'll call my brother.
No, you won't.
Damn it.
I think
With
you
what
underestimate how rural an area you guys are in.
The nearest radio tower is an unfortunate radio tower.
The nearest radio tower is in fact made of meat, more than likely. Additionally, satellite internet doesn't really pass over this area for some fucking reason.
Oh no. My one out.
Yeah, no. Satellites don't fly over. Satellite-based internet doesn't fly over areas where it won't serve any customers. That would be a huge waste. Oh god.
Too bad that we can't get any of those non-geosynchronous orbiting anyway.
Well, you could get a geo-asynchronous orbit, I think, or a geocentric orbit, something like that.
Non-geosynchronous orbits is the correct one.
Okay, cool. You could, in fact, get access to one of those if you would.
If we had internet connection.
If you had done that in the past.
And I guess we can't really talk to IM.
You've been able to get little bits here and there. IM can exist on very little internet connection, but obviously it has to slow down massively in order to do so. But it's hard to have a conversation. And if you're having a hard time having a conversation, IM is probably internally dying.
I am just lagging.
Yeah, literally,
no.
yeah.
The entire being, just like, oh god.
No,
It
it's
would
be-
Okay, guys, imagine I am during the Rogers outage.
Oh no.
God.
IM just has a stroke. Half of its face just sags.
No.
Look what they've done to my boy.
My boy.
My lad. Anyway, guys, I think we're gonna get started if you guys don't mind. Like I said, we got a bit of an intense stream tonight. If you're squeamish, this would be a good one to skip.
One last thing,
I'm
there are now 2 daddies in the circle.
nice. I'm gonna do my little speech to the pattern spiders, and then we'll get started, guys. So, right now they can't hear me, but you can, pattern spiders. Please feel free to ruin their day. I would like to point out Scald, who is a player, is in the chat. Try not to spoil too much. But anyway, welcome to the team, Scald. You get to see this side of it now. All my players eat stinky farts. Pattern spiders for life. Okay, guys, I'm back. I didn't say anything mean to you about you to the pattern spiders. Don't worry. Yeah, trust me. Or don't. Your choice. So, to reset the scene, you're walking across mainland China with several people who are several members of Project Valkyrie soldiers who have specifically removed any of their identification or tags. They're all Asian. You're traveling with what is effectively an infiltration team. And one of them, you know, is Eightfold Paths Joined. It's really hard to remember which one.
Yeah, the stalker.
But he's clearly with you because you remember him being there. But you can't trace what his face actually looked like. I'll tell you out of character what's happening. He's changing it pretty constantly. Specifically to avoid any magics that will nail down his identity. So, yeah. Technically you could resist that, but I figure you guys don't really care enough. You can spot him easily enough if you want. But it's just hard to think about him passive. Yeah. Oh, and you're traveling with a small child, Nora Applewood.
Hi.
Yeah.
I mean,
Really shouldn't be here.
Fun fact, I told Scald what was going to happen tonight because Scald is a pattern spider tonight, can't be here. And he was like, I regret bringing Nora, so, you know.
I kind of knew we would, but also, we weren't gonna not bring her because of, that's boring.
Oh, totally. Like, you're very much forced to, but
Or the content.
anyway.
She just like climbs into someone's suitcase.
So, we're gonna get started here. You guys have been walking across the plains, and eventually you arrive within eyesight of the village. In it, you can see that there is no tower. But you also don't see movement.
Yeah, that's definitely not suspicious at all.
The village is a small collection of homes, weird mixture of like trailers and, or not trailers, but like small rustic style thatched housing and some rather modern-looking houses, although again small. There's also what appears to be a large old warehouse, maybe, but it's had some work done to it, and it seems to be the center of the town, like a town hall. It's an interesting blend of modern and ancient that, under other circumstances, would be a truly enlightening case study into history in this area.
Neat.
One other thing I'll add is the terrain you've been walking through is it's rolling hills that have been threatening to turn into forests. There's been a number of trees to your kind of in the distance away from you this whole time, and on the other side of the village, past a whole lot of very old-looking stumps, there's a full-on thick forest that you can't see into at all.
With an awareness check, am I able to see anything out of the ordinary in the town?
From this distance, probably, yeah, because you've got eagle eyes. Yeah, there's a whole lot of blood everywhere.
Alrighty. I will say there is blood scattered throughout the entirety of the town. Everywhere. Walls, ground, pretty much anywhere you can see, so prepare yourselves for any sort of scent.
Are you sure you want to come into this town?
You cut out at the start there. I don't think.
Nora, are you sure you want to come into this town?
Dearest?
No, it's cutting out for me. Can you repeat it once more?
Yes. Nora, are you sure you want to come into this town?
Yes, where else am I supposed to go after going 4 days through the... everything?
It's not going to be pretty.
Well, what else do you suggest I do?
Just prepare yourself for the worst. That's all.
Okay.
We've seen something like this before. He glances at Mercy.
I
Want
can
to
go
come
ahead.
scout ahead?
I'll scout ahead. You stay here with Nora.
I'll go with her.
Okay. So you walk towards the village. The first thing that you notice is the smell. It is absolutely rank the closer you get. This area is not a cold area, it's quite warm, and the smell of rotting offal assaults you as you approach.
So, seeing as they've already experienced this in India, Mercy actually came prepared this time with a face mask.
Okay, smart.
So, she puts it on, like, when the smell starts getting too bad.
Okay, great. I'm guessing Ben just toughs it out.
Yeah, he wishes that he thought that far, but, you know, he just toughs it out.
Okay. As you get into town, it looks like people were killed here, but it's far more sloppy than it was in India. Like, there are bits of people everywhere. Specific bits, though. It's always the same part of the shoulder, the same part of the thigh, a few organs. It's clear that you're seeing individual people that have been cut up in a very specific way, and then the parts that they didn't use, they just left there. Which is why the smell is so bad.
Why would anyone do this? Oh, wait, never mind. No internet to see through the video camera.
I was like, hang on.
No,
Wait,
hang on, it doesn't work. That's gross.
Ew, that sounds yucky. I'm glad I'm not there.
Yeah.
Mercy takes out her Reaper Dieclave, just having it ready.
Okay. Who is all in the village? It's Mercy and Ben and... Is that it?
Darius will approach, but stay in a mid area of being able to keep an eye on both.
And I suppose Nora will just stay with soldiers.
Yeah.
Hey, stay
One of the
with Joe.
soldiers heads towards the village. Nora, you don't notice, but any solar exalts notice he leaves at the exact moment no one is paying attention to him.
No one notices?
Nope. Except the exalts, the solar exalts. Unfortunately, he is above your pay grade, dearest.
Boo.
Boo! You're very much a princess. Anyway,
Off with his head.
oh god. So,
Please don't kill our fate weaver.
sorry?
I said, please don't kill our fate person.
Okay. Right, so, you, Darius, or, sorry, what was your name now? Elijah.
Yep.
You hear what sounds like something moving in one of the homes.
Okay, I'm going to gesture for the soldiers to follow, and I'm essentially just going to try and regroup everybody.
Everybody, including...
If
Sorry,
I
I
can-
thought you were following behind Mercy and Ben.
Yes, but I wanted to keep an eye on both groups if possible.
Oh, not possible. Not a
Okay,
chance.
then
Yeah.
I will follow behind Mercy and Ben.
Okay, then in that case you do hear it.
I will catch up to them and inform them. I'm not going to yell it out so I get their attention.
Okay.
There is something coming from that home. Movement, possibly. And I'll gesture to the home.
Ben readies his dire lance.
Okay.
Did it sound
Quietly.
Like anything specifically?
Ben gets ready for thrusting, but quietly, so...
Surprise thrust.
God. Okay, you guys get ready. Do you go to the house?
Mercy's gonna lead the way to the house. If the other two are fine with it.
Okay.
Ben would not want her to go first. He would rather him go first.
Okay.
He's a lot meatier.
Ben, I have a sword, and you just adopted 2 kids.
Well, my weapon's bigger, and I am bigger.
Ben
So
hasn't
step
actually
back.
completed the process.
It's in process. Taking a while.
Okay, so... Sorry, I got in the middle of you guys' argument. My bad. Let me pull out of this.
Cool.
It's a witch bait.
Ben is basically just gonna give her the I'm less likely to die if someone opens fire. I'll go first.
No. I will go
Yes.
first.
No, I will go first.
While they're talking, I approach the building.
Okay, cool.
Damn it.
So you get to the building, and you can hear someone upstairs in this small, modern-looking home moving around upstairs. It's clear that they're moving erratically, casting about.
I'm going to sift through my library of scents, trying to get rid of all of the scent of gore and blood, and specifically look for the smell of, I believe it wasn't iron. There was a specific smell that had to do with the
Yeah.
void tech.
Oil.
Like oil?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna look for that. Can I
oil
smell,
and rust.
Can I smell that on the air?
You definitely can. It's everywhere.
Okay. I'm going to call my crossbow to my hand
Okay.
and gesture for Mercy and Ben to stop arguing and come to the door.
Fine.
Okay.
and I will actually let them lead the way because I am a ranged combatant.
Should I kick it down or be quiet about it?
Is the door unlocked? I checked the door handle.
It is actually locked.
Ben just kind of looks at Elijah like,
Yeah.
So many couples therapy methods.
Break the
all right, Ben,
handle.
kick down the door.
Okay, boot. The door crumbles under Ben's assault. It was made of cheap wood to begin with, and probably could be kicked open by a mortal. And the cheap, poorly constructed wood is no match for solar foot method. You can hear something upstairs close. I'm gonna forget your name every 5 seconds. Elijah. It sounded specifically like a closet or a wardrobe. And you're not hearing any movement anymore.
I'm going to silently gesture in the direction that we are going.
Okay, it's up some stairs.
Towards upstairs, and then I'm gonna lean into Ben and say, "It might be a mortal," and I'll point at the closet that I think it came from.
It's upstairs.
Oh, okay, yeah. Do you come upstairs with me, Ben and Mercy?
Yes.
Okay, you get upstairs,
I don't
and
go
at
first.
the end of the hallway, towards where you heard the sound, there is a closed door, but it looks like it may be a bedroom.
I'll point to that and start advancing towards there once the rest of the group does.
Okay.
Then Ben will approach and kind of reach for the door handle.
Okay.
Mercy actually goes back downstairs. It's a kind of modern-looking house, right?
Yeah.
Is there a roof that she can hop up onto? That'll, like, are there
Sure.
windows?
Yeah, there is.
Okay, so she hops up basically onto the roof, and Army crawls her way over to approximately where she thought Elijah was, like, leading them to, just to, like, kind of pin whatever this was from the outside, if it came to that.
Sure. How are you getting onto the roof?
Jumping.
How are you doing that?
With her legs?
My leggies.
I mean, what charms are you using to accomplish it?
But
Graceful crane stands. Oh. Do not need to roll dex and athletics. Well, fuck you. Okay, fine. You quickly climb up.
Okay.
And you see the window, which leads into the room that Elijah just opened the door to, so you can see him across from you. Oh, James is apparently keeping up a stealthy perimeter on the wide outskirts of the town. Anyway, so it's an empty bedroom. It looks fairly simply appointed, not too extravagant or anything like that. Whoever lives here clearly isn't starving, but they're not rich either. And you can see that there is indeed a closet in this room. Elijah, you can hear whoever's in that closet breathing real heavily, and their heart is fucking pounding.
I look at Ben.
Hey,
It's
pattern
a-
spiders.
It's
What do you think the odds that they speak
Don't hurt them.
Cantonese are? Mandarin? Probably not.
And
Three.
I am going to. I don't know if there's some form of prepared action to be ready to dodge, but I want to be prepared to dodge, like weapon.
You're specifically saying that you want to have your defenses active.
Yeah, and as I open the door to the closet.
Okay, you open the door to the closet, and it looks like there's someone standing right in front of you, but as the darkness in the closet resolves under your gaze, you notice it's some form of jacket. However, behind it, hiding as deep in as they can, holding their hands out defensively and whimpering, is a man.
just a man?
Just a guy. Looks like a middle-aged Chinese man. Anyone
Oh.
here speak Mandarin?
Yeah, actually.
Nobody present. Sorry, never mind. Joaquin speaks both Cantonese and Mandarin.
Elijah speaks Mandarin?
Yeah.
Great.
Alright,
He is begging for his life.
I will respond and say we aren't here to hurt you.
He looks up at you like you just told him that the secret to immortality, and then says very, very fast that none of the others ever spoke, and is he from the government here to protect the village? So are you from the government here to protect the village?
I'm going to gloss over that and say we are here to investigate what happened here. But we will try to get you out of here.
He says, "Good. Oh, good. The large metal man. He was going and taking everyone. His demons, the spirits. They brought them all in." And he points somewhere out of the building. It's hard to tell from the closet. And then he says, "You have to go save them. Send tanks. Send the army."
What is he saying, man?
He's showing us the direction that the large metal man took the rest of the town.
A large metal man?
We should...
He looks confused at you guys now that you're talking English.
I'll gesture for him to come and say we have other friends here as well that can help you. Will you come with us?
He says in English, "Are you American?"
Hell no.
At that moment, one of the soldiers enters the room.
I look to the soldier. This may be more your specialty.
I doubt that. Why?
I don't know what your protocols are for this.
Oh, no. I assume they have them, but it's me. And you immediately recognize that it's Eightfold Past Join, not one of the soldiers.
Stalker guy. Hey.
I have a name. My head is
Yeah?
not so big, Mar. We're doing tabletop gaming. Sorry, one of the pattern spiders just said that I have a big head and it's very shiny. So I had to bravely defend my honor in a manly fashion.
I think I know this
Honor.
spider.
I don't know that you do.
Oh, I was hoping I knew the spider. Hi, spider.
I mean, it's one of the spiders that we're going to be playing Tiny Tina's with on Thursday. Anyway,
Ew.
so, right, Eightfold says, "So, I think the metal man he's describing may have been an alchemical exalt." And then he just kind of, like, looks around the room for a minute.
What
Where
is an
was he
alchemical
pointing again?
exalt?
Ooh, that's a really good question. So, when mommy and a daddy, in this case, mommy being the entire community of one of the cities on Autochthonia, and daddy being Autochthon, love each other very much, they construct a new protector, which is called an alchemical exaltation. When that happens, an alchemical exaltation protects that city forever. You've actually met one. Ceaseless Perfection of Industry is a petropolis that protects one of the biggest cities on Autochthonia.
Alright. Where's this guy so we can beat him up?
He's probably not evil. There's very, very few alchemical exalts who turn bad. So
We
I
are
think
going to
we're
take
the
this
second
person.
to investigate this problem.
I'm gonna look at the random Chinese man that is standing in the room as we discuss this.
Okay.
Why don't we bring this man to the soldiers and then continue our conversation?
Eightfold says, "Oh, that's a great idea," and he turns to the man and says in perfect, unaccented Mandarin, "Come with me, I can help you. We're here from the government," and then grabs the man and takes him with him.
All right.
As he walks away, Elijah's gonna sigh and say, "I specifically was avoiding telling him that we were with the government, but okay."
I mean, apparently he does not have the same qualms you do.
Yeah.
So anyway, what are you guys doing now? You're alone in this man's bedroom.
I will fill in the direction that the metal man apparently, or the alchemical exalt, I believe you said it was, came from.
So you point, or you see where he was pointing, and he was probably pointing at the town hall in the middle of the village. Maybe it was another building on that line, but let's be real. Thank you,
May
Skull.
want to go and collect the rest of the group before we pursue this.
Mm-hmm. And I know Eightfold said that alchemical exalts don't really go bad, but especially since Void Tech was part of Autocathon, if I remember correctly, what are the chances, do you think, that it infected this alchemical exalt too?
This place reeks of it.
Oh, goody.
Well, which one of us is faster? Go get Joe.
Mercy's gonna activate lightning speed and
Yeah.
go get Joe.
Could you please, could you reread the description for lightning speed? I love it so very much. Just the part about how fast you go.
Let me pull
Oh,
up
no,
the
sorry.
actual. Okay, here. No. Let me pull up the actual definition. I've got it.
Okay, cool.
Like a flashing bolt, the Exalt streaks towards her goal, trailing streamers of anima. This charm can be used to enhance a rush action. The Exalt moves with terrific speed, adding 1 automatic success and re-rolling all 5s and 6s until 5s and 6s fail to appear. Lightning speed can also be used each interval of a foot race or other test of speed.
Okay, that's not the one I was hoping for. The one I was hoping for specifically says you go... What was it, Joaquin? It was you go...
You go at dramatic speeds.
You go at... but there's a specific wording that's just fucking mint. Anyway.
Because I copied it directly from the book.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. There's another speed-based charm which allows you to go... It's something like... It's not ridiculous. It's a specific thing, but it basically means as fast as you need to accomplish the speed-based task you're working on. It's goddamn. My memory is terrible today. Anyway, let me run this tabletop game. Arbitrarily fast. That's what it was. I love that. Anyway, so you meet me over to where everyone's waiting. You find Nora, Joaquin, and the soldiers, I guess. Everyone else is already out.
What's going on?
A lot of bad stuff. You should probably hang back and let us adults handle this.
Out of character, ooh, them fighting words.
I mean,
think we're there, man.
in character, I did tell Wife this story, but Nora specifically, before Nora had powers, wanted to charge into a demon stronghold to save her friends. She now has superpowers and instinctively feels the need to help others. Good luck.
Joaquin's response to that is more or less, like the same level of cringe. He's been working with kids and teenagers and youths for his entire career. He wins visibly.
Ben, dearest, you were wonderful. But
Uh-huh.
I know, as having previously been a teenage girl that wanted to change the world and then got superpowers, if I had had superpowers then, I don't think you could have stopped me. So, Nora,
Yes.
please be as careful as you can, all right? And if things look to be too dangerous, pull back to one of us, all right? Promise
Okay.
me.
I promise. Thank you, Mercy.
Fine. Just be careful, okay?
Okay.
So you guys return to the village. So this is what I'm going to introduce a fun mechanic for Nora. It's called sensitivity. Hey Nora, at the bottom of your sheet you should have something called sensitivity, right?
Hello. Yep.
I'm going to need you to roll that as you enter the village.
Where is my sensitivity?
Should be near the bottom of the sheet.
Okay. Do. 10.
2 successes.
Oh, is that, do I just roll one die if sensitivity is 1?
Yep, and you got 2 successes because you rolled a 10. Oh, that's great. Okay, cool. You, as soon as you enter the village and the smell hits you, the feeling of the people suffering, the knowledge and the certainty that this place is somewhere that has had horrors committed upon innocents strikes you. And you stagger in the moment, stop in shock, and a shadow overtakes you. So you get a shadow now.
Yay!
Yay! So
Yay.
add 1 dot of shadow.
1 dot of shadow. Okay.
Yeah. And So if you had been here before this attack, you probably could have saved these people. That's now just a thing you believe.
Oh.
Yeah. So now, when you make a transformation roll, like you don't just spend a wisp to transform, you're going to roll your belief, inner light, minus shadows.
Okay, so that would be my 7 plus 1, but then minus 1 because of shadows.
Yeah.
So 7.
So, well, you should have 8 in belief, but yes. Because you're once born. The thing is, if you can somehow resolve the condition that if you had been here, you could have saved these people, this won't be a permanent thing. But it could be if you don't deal with that.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Okay. Mercy takes off her mask and hands it to Nora. So you kind of get things back together after a few seconds, Nora, and you're ready to move into this horrible area.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Just remind me that I'm wearing a mask later on because I might need it.
Well, it's not like a full face mask. It's like a mask for dealing with the smell.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, you approach the village. You all gather in the town square, which has a huge pile of limbs in the middle of it. They all appear to be the left leg of a few dozen people.
Yeah. Ben's gonna stand between that pile and Nora so she doesn't have to stare straight on at it.
Okay. How's everyone feeling right now? Like, in character, I mean.
Shook.
Shooketh.
Please don't tell me there are any kind of child or baby limbs in there.
There absolutely is. Which reminds me,
Fuck.
anyone with a thing about kids gain a point of limit. Nora, you don't have to worry about that.
Because I am a kid.
Yeah, exactly. Bringing you here may
Do
actually
we have to-
constitute child abuse.
Do we just gain
That's
a point
why
of limit?
Ben is so against
Sorry,
it.
you roll your limit.
Okay. And how do we roll it again?
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus.
shit.
Don't remind me on the spot.
I have it.
Oh, thank God. Why are you
First
going to
is
expect
the
me to
limit
understand
trigger.
basic game mechanics? Get the fuck out of here. I'm looking it up.
I had it. Where was I? Yes, there we are. Once per scene, when a character acts in a way that opposes one of their major intimacies, roll a single die. If it's a defining intimacy, it's 2 dice, and if it's a limit trigger, it's 3 dice.
So roll 3 dice. And I
Okay.
think each success gets you a point of limit.
That is correct.
Cool.
D10, 3.
3d10 /R space 3d10 greater than 7.
No.
Well, that's
Slash R.
That's my limit
Slash
trigger.
R.
So
Yeah, so it'd be /R space 3d10 greater than 7. Or like that.
Fucking rolling it as a major intimacy did not
Fair enough.
get me.
Mercy and Ben both gain a point of limit. Joaquin does not.
Alright.
How close are you guys to breaking? I need to work on that.
All I need are 4 more, baby.
Well, don't worry, I'll get you there. I always
Bail him
always
out.
do it.
Fucking should be at higher, but he rolls like shit when it's limit, so 3 out of 10.
Not bad. Okay, so yeah, there's a big pile of left legs in the middle of town, and the door to the public, like the whatever town hall looking building is slightly ajar. It's a large set of double doors.
Can
Ben?
anything be heard from within?
Nothing. Silent inside.
It's quiet, I'll say, to whoever is approaching.
Aside from some magic stuff, so he won't hear
Ben's
it
gonna
from
use
outside.
his dire lance to carefully, kind of push it
Thrust
into
open
the.
door.
Yeah.
You're just gonna penetrate the space with your dire lance.
Yes.
You had to know these jokes would be coming when you picked dire lance. I feel like you
Of
did that
course.
intentionally.
Maybe.
Okay, so you poke open the door and it opens easily. As soon as the door opens, everyone can smell the scent of void tech, a mixture of blood, bone, and oil, rust, and decay. Assaults your senses, and a cold wind blows through the now open doors and chills everyone on the outside. A few of the soldiers peer in, guns first, and go, "What the fuck is that?"
Don't touch it. We don't know what it does to anybody who does.
Okay. On the inside, it looks kind of like a school gym, but they put up some tables and chairs around the area. All of those have been moved to the side now. You know, like they were going to have a basketball game there. But instead of a basketball game, in the middle of the large open space, just set back a little bit away from the entrance, there is a large circular gate structure that seems to be the inside or the outside of a cogwheel, and on the inside you can see the same gym structure that you see on your side, but it's mirrored and it looks somewhat decayed through the rim of what is very clearly a portal. You also note that in blood and bone, drawn on the ground around it and on the cogwheel made out of the bits of the former inhabitants of this village, are what look to be circuit lines, almost like something designed the path of least resistance for electricity, but they did it using the worst materials possible. That was a major
Fucking
I
hit.
already hate this.
Joaquin actually is going to analyze this, knowing it's a mistake. He's going to analyze this for how this magic works and what precisely it does.
Okay, great. You gain a point of limit.
Yes, I sure do.
You do understand for a brief moment exactly how this works, and the knowledge of that is so toxic and damaging to your psyche that your exaltation reflexively throws the knowledge away.
As for so we know how it works, but what does it do?
There is a portal open in the middle of the room.
Yeah. Does it tell me anything about the space on the other side of that portal? Its metaphysical
Oh,
properties?
no. But interestingly, you actually can't perceive, using magical senses, what's on the other side of that portal. You can see through it, but you can't extend your magical senses to the other side.
Whatever is on the other side of that is opaque to magic.
Well,
I don't think
the portal
reality works the same way there.
That is true.
Would this fall under lore or occult? For
Hey,
trying
Master,
garner
good to
some
see you.
Knowledge on it.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Would this fall under lore or occult on trying to
100% occult.
Okay. And wits or intelligence?
Intelligence in occult. Yeah, are you trying to discern using non-magical means what this is?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how it works.
Okay. Sure.
Like, if there's
Intelligence
any-
and occult. Hit me up.
Okay.
While that's happening, Nora, when you look through the portal, what's on the other side fills you with revulsion. Something ancient and deep-seated in your psyche tells you that the other side of that portal is the worst thing.
It must be destroyed.
Then
How am I supposed to destroy a portal?
She's like this, and then we'll transform.
Okay, great. So are you going to spend a wisp, or are you using a transformation roll?
I will do a transformation roll this time just to see what it's like.
All right, go ahead.
2, 4, 6, 8, and then
Damn. So, Elijah, this looks like a weird amalgam... Everyone can hear wife rolling.
2, 4, 6, 7. Can I roll again for the explosions?
No, but you do
Okay.
pass.
Cool.
You just get 2 successes on a 10. That's not normally how Princess works, but welcome to Exalted.
Woohoo!
The pattern spiders say hi, wife. The pattern spiders also like that Ben is using a dire lance, so you get an XP.
Nice.
So, Elijah, whatever is... oh, sorry. So Nora transforms into her magical princess regalia,
Ta-da!
holding a slim silvered sword. And Elijah figures out how this works. It weirdly uses a combination of technological principles. Those circuit lines are actually important to the casting. They focus the magical energy in a specific way so that the portal can remain stable. The portal itself seems to be a mixture of void tech and whatever weird other magic you guys found before is, but it's a lot more sophisticated than it was in India. Almost like they've perfected what they were trying to do there, and they're now using it here.
So theoretically, if we were to sever the, essentially the wires, it would shut the portal down?
And cause it to be unstable,
Okay.
which may or may not be a good thing. You're not sure. Actually, 10 successes. It would be unstable. If something came through that portal, it would be trapped here if the portal closed behind it, or the portal could explode, and there is no telling how much energy is in that damn thing. Considering you could see what looks to be either another reality or a very convincing illusion on the other side, this may be a catastrophic action.
I'm going to look at Nora as she changes form and say, "Do not attack the portal."
She will stop.
It is
Okay.
a mix of essentially technology and magic that I don't understand, but it has a high risk of exploding if we tamper with the circuits that are in there.
let me see if I can. When dealing with a volatile material, maybe it's best to find a way to disrupt it.
Are we just abandoning the town?
Hang
Is-
on. Let me find a way to take this portal apart without it exploding.
Are you gonna try and figure out how it works again there, big boy?
No,
Aw, you're no fun.
I was hoping to make a cult roll to just find a way to make it not work.
How to safely shut it down?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. I'll
Alright.
actually give you a bonus of 3 dice because Elijah is able to so specifically describe how it works to you. 10 successes should be fucking rewarded. That's pretty impressive.
Fair. Alright. So intelligence and occult?
Occult, yeah.
Alright, with a full excellency from personal essence.
That seems wise.
We'll spend a point of willpower.
Okay.
That's garbage.
Yikes. You rolled
7
23
wow.
dice and got 6 successes.
Yep,
Fucking
not a single
oof.
10 anywhere.
Oof.
Oh,
Oof. The patterned spiders did like what you were doing there, Joaquin. So you get a free XP. But yeah, 6 successes. Still, you do think you know a way to take it apart. Specifically targeting the parts of this that are not void tech or the
Wait,
circuitry stuff. You may be able to disable the portal.
Nora has a magic for this.
Oh, okay.
Alright, but before you do that, please just allow me to do one thing. And she's going to walk forward and take the tip of her sword and draw a large semicircle from one end to the group to the other, facing the portal. And I am spending 1 wisp. What I am doing is safety in mortality. A princess is as much a being of mortality as she is of light. Just as the transformation allows her to switch between these worlds, she may push these changes outwards, creating a safe space through which magic cannot enter. The charm is used on an enclosed space, such as a building or a fenced park. But if there isn't, you must mark it somehow. Thus, she took the line with her sword. And the area must not extend more than inner light times 20 yards in any direction unless the area is consecrated. So I just made a safe space.
Great. I'm gonna need you to send me the exact, the full charm description.
I did.
What?
I sent it to you last time. I made a whole list.
Yes, but I need you to send me a picture of the full charm from the book. Just in case I need that. But anyway, as you guys are discussing the best way to close the portal, you notice an orchid pushing its way up through the floorboard right in front of the portal.
An orchid as in the flower.
Yep. It blooms, and it's a somehow horrid green and orange color. The stamen is orange, and it has spots of orange in its petals, with green running throughout. But it isn't the vibrant green of a healthy plant. It's kind of a sickly green. It reminds you almost of pus or mucus. Can you read that out, Mercy? I love your reading voice.
No. My mouth is full of ice cream.
Oh, that explains why you typed it. Okay, Mercy puts her sword down for a moment and pulls a hair tie out of her pocket, putting her hair up into a bun. She glances around at the others, picking up her sword and edging closer to the portal as if examining it. Looking back over to the others, thinking back to the school and how Elijah, Joe, and Ben had filled her in on how the portal collapsed once the thing on the other side had been slain. Oh, I hate where this is going. She thought back to the teenagers that had sat there in the dark, afraid, and of the 2 children that had been infested with the worms. Her breath leaves her in a sigh, and she steps up to examine the portal. Okay. On the other side, you can see what looks like the building, but in much worse shape than it is here. You also can note through a few holes in the ceiling of the building there appears to be a storm raging outside, despite no such storm existing.
I hope you will realize that if we opt to close this portal now, we won't know the fate of the villagers.
A few more orchids push their way up through the floorboards near the entrance to the portal.
From the piles outside, I'm starting to think we might already know what what happened to them.
I thought that the only thing that was outside was a bunch of left legs.
Mercy, you can see through the portal that the inside of this gym is actually starting to fill up with those orchids. Just on the other side of the portal, only a few have appeared on your guys' side.
Okay, Joaquin wants to analyze these orchids for magic, remembering the last weirdly colored things, aka the worms, that they had to deal with.
So you're checking for wild magic?
No, for just any sort of magic. All-encompassing sorcerer's side. I'm just gonna link the charm. Sorry, second.
Okay. If you could link it, that would be great. I need to know some specifics out of it.
Yes, absolutely.
My mic picking up my voice? There it is. There it goes. I have been trying to speak for like the last 2 minutes, but my mic keeps not picking up my voice.
Did you swallow the ice cream first?
Do you really want to know?
Aki's like, no, it's still in my mouth. The brain freeze is intense.
Mercy turns to Elijah with a just kind of sad
Nice.
sort of smile. I'm not sitting idly by this time. And Mercy steps through the portal.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
As you walk through, immediately your cast mark flares to life on your head. You
Okay.
feel like there's things on all sides of you. This is very clearly a hostile space. You can actually feel your exaltation inside trying to warn you of danger. You can feel your past lives immediately on edge.
Ben would reach out to try and pull her back, but I doubt he'd be able to get to her in time.
Yeah, so you end up stumbling through the portal as well, and a similar
Yep.
thing happens to you. Mercy, everything in here feels like a creature of darkness. The entire place. The gym, the portal you just walked through, the floor, the orchids, everything except Ben is a creature of darkness in here.
Cool. So what I'm hearing is target-rich environment.
Mercy, no! We need to get back.
Mercy, yes!
Oh god. I mean, pretty much, yeah. She just walked into the underworld.
Boy.
So, just to confirm, the only thing that was outside of the town hall was the left legs of a bunch of villagers?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I follow.
Alright, as soon as you go in, same thing. You're immediately on edge. Your exaltation is like red fucking alert blaring in your head.
This was a mistake.
Just to be clear, did Nora do the magic circle thing behind us?
Yeah, it's outside.
Okay.
Or
Like
like
outside
not
the door.
outside. It's on your guys' side of the portal.
Got it.
Absolutely, Blair, they can. I don't think anyone has the charms for it though.
Cool.
And you were looking at what? You were looking at the orchids, right?
What they are. Or like what magic is there to them, what flows through them, and what does it do?
Okay. Oh, everything here, by the way, has that hazy, misty feeling to it. Not the one that you felt close to the wild exposure, but almost like a darker, more somber feeling to it. This whole area feels quiet.
It feels like the like reality is thin.
Yeah, reality is quite thin here. In fact, it's so thin you could see a gaping hole in it, on the other side of which your spirit or your sorcerer's sight can't penetrate. So apparently the portal is blocking it. Now, the orchids appear to be the exact same kind of magic that Nora uses.
Ooh. Alright.
And these ones spread a horrible plague. Which reminds me, Everyone exposed to the orchids, can I get a stamina and resistance check?
Jump in the portal, they said. It would be fun, they said.
I mean, you guys said that. I didn't say anything.
What?
What would be my resistance?
So for you, you're going to use stamina and where the fuck did I put that? I have so many tabs open to track this game. Now that you guys know it's a princess game and that I've been adding World of Darkness to everything, I can tell you that this has been an absolute nightmare to try and work out. Anyway, one second.
I need stamina and integrity?
Resistance.
Oh.
It's a
I
plague.
don't-
I'm spending a point of willpower if possible to.
Yep, go nuts.
Yeah.
Ah, there's resistance. Stamina.
And is this a magical plague?
And I'm spending
It
2
is,
mode.
yes.
So if you're standing behind my wall, it shouldn't affect me.
It doesn't.
Okay, cool.
Agreed.
Did the Solars manage to walk through the wall no problem?
Oh yeah, they walked
Yeah.
right through like it was an open door.
Yeah, it's just a safe space.
And while this is happening, Joaquin is going to tell her and everybody else not to cross that line. There's a plague on the other side.
I don't think you're aware of it. Oh no, you are. You're the only one who is.
Yes. I
Yeah,
would like
okay.
everybody to be aware of that.
Yep, that seems fair.
Do I get a glimpse of the barrier and kind of a sense for what it does, too? Like,
What barrier? Oh, Nora's? Yes,
Nora's.
absolutely. It looks like
Cool.
the same kind of magic that the orchids use.
okay, Joaquin's actually going to say it's the same kind of magic, but the orchids are nowhere near as wholesome.
Oh,
Okay.
also, when you look at Nora, Nora is actively spellcasting at all times.
Yes, I do remember that, which is really cool.
Nora is effectively a spell.
Cool.
I am having a hard time tracking down that character sheet. Hang on.
Mine?
I'll get it. Just give me 1 sec.
But I also changed a bunch of things too. Are you
So
just needed
you
to know?
should be using stamina and I guess just straight stamina for you. Rough. I recommend spending willpower.
Did she pass through the barrier already?
No, but when you need to make that check, Nora.
Oh, when you need to make that check. Okay.
Sorry, if. I guess you could stay behind the barrier, and as long as none of the orchids that are slowly spreading into the room come behind that barrier, you'll be fine. So anyway, everyone passes.
Sorry, if I add a willpower, is that 3 extra dice?
No, it's an extra success, I believe, right?
Just, I don't know. You tell me. I'm playing princess.
We get this very confused every single session. What did we decide on, guys?
Sorry? Regarding
Spending willpower.
automatic success.
Thank you.
Okay.
What
Yeah, because
automatic-
in the vampire game, it's an extra 3 dice to your roll.
Yeah, it's because Exalted Sue is more of a heroic game, so spending a willpower means you succeed. Period.
Okay. Cool. Nora in vampire.
Anyway, in Princess, it's 3 extra dice too, because even if you spend willpower, you can still fail.
That's why I wanted to check. Yeah.
Yeah. Nora,
Okay.
something about the orchids feels very sad.
I want to heal the orchids. Just kidding.
Go nuts.
Okay.
Skull,
so,
that
anyways,
was
I'm told to stay
The
behind right now.
tastiest response. Sorry?
So I was told to stay behind the barrier
behind the
still,
barrier.
and Hakeem is going forward.
Joaquin is actually staying behind the barrier also. He's like kind of like
Just so you
narrowing
know.
his eyes at the orchids as though trying to consider whether they'll be able to cross this barrier. They are things of magic. He's muttering this to himself.
Just so you know,
They're
Master,
things
the
of magic.
orchids are actually an
They shouldn't be
expression
able
of
to pass
disease. Like
Mm.
the thing that's giving them off
Is there one that's
was
very
also
close?
trying to be a healer.
Jordan?
No, there's none that are close to the barrier. Not yet.
Okay, let me know
So
as soon
that
as it
was-
does. I'm
that
gonna
was
hold an
tasty.
action.
Did the others show any sign of hearing
Fair
Joaquin
enough,
when he
okay.
said that there's a plague associated with the orchids?
Sorry. You told the exalts that are in the room, but everyone else is staying outside.
Good. Okay.
We went through the portal when he went to investigate them.
Yeah, so you guys are standing in what is effectively the same room you just left, just mirrored, and a lot more worn down, like I said. You can also hear a real loud wind outside. Like it's howling past the building.
I feel like this is a bad idea.
Can we? I'm gonna go open the door to outside and see if I can see anything.
Okay, you do. You see a radio tower. A fully completed, obviously void tech infested radio tower. The wind here is so strong that it threatens to whip you off your feet. The only thing keeping you planted is the fact that you are impossible to move unless you want to be moved. And on the wind, you can hear screams, the howls of things in agony from every direction. The wind itself seems to be carrying the screaming.
Well, the last time that there was a portal like this, like in the school, you guys killed something that said it was the lord of that area, right?
No.
No?
The thing that was the leadership, is the only way that I can describe it, left as I try to invoke, as I try to force it into conversation with me. It left a fallen behind to deal with us.
Oh yeah, that jerk face.
Well, I know one way to get its attention. And Mercy puts a hand, kind of cups it over the guard of her Reaper Diclave and draws it out, draws her fists away from each other, and in her opposite hand, there is now an identical sword to the Reaper Diclave, but is made of pure sunlight.
Okay, immediately you guys feel at least half a dozen eyes on you. Something doesn't like that.
Great.
Yeah, well,
We got their
it blew my
attention.
hearts.
Sorry, just give me 1 second here. Thank you, Scald. That's very kind. I appreciate that. And see you in a minute. Wow, there, Master. So you guys start to see creatures that look like hobbled over wolves, mangy and dark, made entirely out of inky black shadow that seems to drip from their bodies, start to crawl out of the broken and the broken husks of homes that is incredibly similar to the village you just left, almost like a perfect copy, just reflected 180 degrees. They begin to crawl down out of the wreckage and ruin toward you, growling with soundlessly. You can feel their anger and hatred as they start to approach.
So, through the portal, can those of us on the other side see that she's drawn a weapon?
It's hard to see. She left the building, and the view isn't great on the other side, especially since they stepped into the wind, which is full of some form of debris or dust.
They're
You
moving
can see
onward.
that there is increased light on the other side.
Joaquin turns to Nora and says, "They need us. Hold still for a second." And I'm going to use ailment rectifying method for its function that allows you to get a significant bonus to your next roll to resist or fight off an illness.
All right, if you could link that, that would be great.
Link that
And
right
then go
away.
ahead and roll. Hey, Blackthorn.
Absolutely. Amulet rectifying method.
There it is. Against the disease morbidity, and add extra success to the base. Yeah, no.
No,
denied.
damn it. Okay.
Yeah, for two reasons. One, you have to already be undergoing, be under the effects of a disease, and two, it requires that she be taking care, which she's not.
All right.
Sorry, bud.
Okay. Do I know what the disease does, or that's not clear from the magic?
No, it's super not. The disease itself isn't magical. The delivery method is.
Is it contact?
Hard to say. The orchids are magic.
It's like, do you remember those plants from Jumanji, the old original one that went pew pew and shot poisonous bulbs at people?
Ooh, that's a great idea. Hang on, let me write that down.
Oh no. All right. Okay. Joaquin cannot inoculate anybody against this. And he says, we haven't figured your powers out. Can you resist? I'm going to come back for you. If I'm not back within 5 minutes, take the others, search this place for more like this, and seal it off. Yes?
Sure.
Your power to create a barrier is something that would take even me a great deal of time. Only you can do this.
I will do my best.
Thank you. And Joaquin is going to lightning speed his way in through the portal, holding his breath for what it's worth.
So, as you get in, it's worth absolutely nothing, just so you know.
Yeah.
As you get in, you immediately feel the difference. You feel hostility on all sides. This place itself doesn't want you to be here. It actively hates that you're here. Everything around you is hostile. Everything. The very air is hostile against you. And you get outside to find the scene with these strange, mangy shadow creatures walking towards Mercy, glowing in the way that only the Zenith can, ready to face all comers. And as
who's
you
left
arrive,
with Nora?
Sorry,
Who's left with Nora?
just Nora.
And the soldiers who are outside.
The soldiers are outside. Yeah, they're not exactly with Nora.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
To be fair, then
Hey,
she's gonna go to them
hey,
and tell
hey.
them to try to collect as many of the innocent people and vacate the area.
There was only one survivor.
Tell them to vacate the area right away.
The soldiers look at you, and one of them goes, "You should probably get back. This is a hostile area."
Excuse me, I'm a princess.
He says, "Okay, but this is a dangerous space. I'm not sure why you're here, but you probably shouldn't be."
These soldiers just traveled 4 days with us.
Yeah, they also don't know that she... they know what a princess is, apparently, but they also know what a kid is. She's a child.
In princess form, currently.
Sure, so a potent child. Anyway, back in the place that hates, you guys watch as the creatures look about ready to attack. Hang on, let me read this thing from Mercy real quick.
I don't have ice cream in my mouth, so I can read it.
Hang on 1 second. Yeah, go ahead.
Mercy tosses the Reaper Diclave away and it vanishes elsewhere. She settles into a stance that feels more at home to her second soul than to anything she's trained in within her mortal life, and the sword of sunlight glows brighter, her eyes glowing gold to match. I'm the fucking zenith of this solar circle. She cracks her neck to one side and stares down the sky itself with unshakable resolve. And I'm going to kick your fucking ass.
As if in response, the wind calms for a moment. And completely, and for just a moment, there's peace in this place. the creatures that were approaching you all look up at the wind and they bolt. They all run in one direction away from you guys. Strangely, it doesn't look like they're quite running away from you specifically, so much as kind of the area you're in. And in that moment, you hear a howl of agony just before the wind picks back up. Something screams in loss and despair and physical torment. Screams so loud and so potent and so heart-wrenching that you feel it in your bones. It's coming from the exact opposite way that the creatures ran. Oh, sorry, I have to be right back, guys. One moment.
Okay.
Will be.
Hello.
Hello.
You're
So
back.
I just got a call, unfortunately, from work, and I'm going to have to end stream early tonight.
Uh-oh.
Ah.
Yeah.
For it,
So I have to go, guys. I'm very sorry for doing this so early. I will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to be continuing on Fallout New Vegas. Guys, I'll do XP later. I really do have to go quickly. And yeah, I'm very sorry we have to end it here, but we will be back next week with more of this.
Okay.
No worries.
This was the
Good end.
worst possible moment for this to happen, but
Alright.
it is
So
what
we'll just
it is.
we'll do a pickup next time, okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway, guys, thank you for being here. Really sorry about dropping stream, but we'll be back. See you next time.
Bibbles.
Bibbles.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Bibbles.